Run it up, then run it back. Run it up, then run it back. Run it up, run it back. Run it up, then run it back.
Well, hello there, and happy. Whoa, that's a really bright red on that screen. Happy Wednesday. This is Run It Back. Lou Will, Chandler P, Michelle B, and Bobby P. Join
Okay.
Remember Wednesday. How are we doing?
Good.
Yeah?
Good,
Morning.
You see the way I'm moving.
Yeah, Chandler's dealing. If anybody out there knows how to deal with a man who has the body of an 80-year-old, please reach out.
Anyone ever thought I was faking injuries throughout my career? Just put your peepers on me walking around. 'Cause it is.
It's painful. It really is painful to watch, which is a really good segue into more injury news that we have.
Stop breathing.
Shams reported that Giannis out 1 to 2 weeks. It's a strained groin injury that happened on Monday against the Cavs. They are 8-7 at the moment. They've also dropped 4 of their last 6 before the Giannis injury. So 5-10 game stretch. That's what we're looking at right now. Can they survive, Lou, without Giannis in the lineup?
Yeah, you know, we like to look at schedules and looking ahead. You got the Sixers, Pistons, Blazers, Heat, Knicks in the next 5. These are winnable games. I think this is favorable for them.
Which ones are winnable?
Yeah, and it gives them an opportunity to see, you know, Miles Turner can be a more aggressive now. Kyle Kuzma can show some more aggression, you know. But one guy that I know that's going to be featured on this team is going to be Ryan Rollins, the young fella. He's the one that has that natural pedigree to go out there, score the basketball, be aggressive on the offensive end. He's going to be able to pipe in some of those holes that Giannis feels. And obviously, one guy can't replace Giannis. They're going to have to do it by committee. The last game that they won, they had 6 or 7 guys in double figures. For them to be successful, that's going to have to be their calling card moving forward, especially knowing that, you know, he's going to be out possibly, you know, up to 14 days. And with groins, you don't really want to rush that back. And so I think they can survive in 5 to 10 games, but it's going to be a tough task. And Bobby will be here in a few minutes.
True.
You know, we'll ask him opinion on it and where they're going to go with it.
Yeah, I hate that this is now the story with a bunch of teams, right? Their main guys going out, and John Morant's out, Wemby's out, now Giannis is out. So you hate to see all these main, you know, elite athletes dropping. And with the Bucks more so than ever, we always talk about they don't really have that second option, but they do have guys that collectively can make it up with a guy like Bobby Portis, with a guy like Miles Turner. They didn't necessarily bring him to Milwaukee for his scoring, but now he's going to have more opportunity. He's going to have more field goal attempts. He's going to have more opportunity to kind of do what he's not accustomed to doing. And guys like Kyle Kuzma, same thing. Like this is kind of their time to carry that offensive weight. And Lou touched on Ryan Rollins. It's crazy. He's getting 17 points a game. That's 4 more points. He's the second leading scorer by 4 more points. If you would have told me they were 8-7 with Ryan Rollins being their second leading scorer,
Is that the number 2?
I think they'd be okay. Now the issue is they are the number 1 offense with Giannis. They are the number 30 offense without him. So they have to find ways to get production. Guys like A.J. Green, Gary Trent, those guys have to shoot the ball well, but it's going to be completely different now because there's not going to be anybody getting double teamed. There's not going to be anybody getting trapped or you're getting swing, open looks like you do when Giannis is on the floor. So it's going to take some adjustments. Coaching staff's going to have to make some adjustments. They're going to have to, I think, play faster, get out in transition. Don't let defenses get set because it's going to be a huge adjustment for this team without Giannis.
And another guy is Cole Anthony. If they can get some good production out of Cole Anthony and he kind of finds a rhythm coming off their bench for them, I think that gives them another look. So Giannis being out, that is alarming, but they also have guys that can step in and that can play at a high level for them as well.
I'm so over these injuries.
Yeah.
So over
it's
it.
a lot.
It's
not good. And
so
honestly,
many.
I know injuries are injuries and you can't predict them, but
anything.
like a calf, a hamstring, a groin, this is all something that you can't really rush. You can't really just like ice it and go play. Like it lingers.
I have a theory. You know, I listen to a lot of NBA radio when I'm in the car, and Eddie Johnson, old school, was talking about how he believes, and I think a lot of the older guys do sort of look at this, is that there's no longer like a 28-day training camp, right? They used to have 2-a-days. They used to really, there was a grind to the preseason and the training that happened before, so that by the time you got to the season, your body was as good as it's going to be. And he was like, I never had a groin injury. I never had a hamstring injury. Like, is there something to that?
I'm on the fence with that because a lot of guys leave training camp with lingering injuries that you end up having throughout the season. So I think the correction for that is shortening training camps, not so much wear and tear, the 2-a-days and all of those things. But the reality of it is injuries are part of the game. Now, the reason why it's being spotlighted in the light that it's in now is because these are the household names. But everybody deals with injuries year in and year out. But the information is there. I'm not going to say, I'm not going to bypass it and say that something isn't at play there. But I don't know if a 28-day training camp fixes this. I don't know if that helps.
I don't either, but it's interesting.
Lou said, like, when we were playing, we would have, like, I just remember it was 2 days, and you only had to get taped for one of them usually, and that was, like, the contact big one. But there were also 7 preseason games, which was ridiculous. Like, and then they started doing, like, the star players and the starters, they weren't even playing anyway. So I think there's got to be a balance, right? They have to have real practices, real training camp, just to naturally get your body accustomed to the grind of the season, just to get in shape, cardio-wise in particular, just to have that. But also, there's so many now innovative ways that you can do that without having the impact, whether it's pool workouts or non-impact practices or non-contact. So there's different things you can do, but I do think you have to have some sort of in-game type action or scrimmages before, but also that still doesn't guarantee that you're not going to get hurt.
Yeah.
No, nothing does.
And we're still early in the season. Like, we can make the argument, oh, well, let's shorten the schedule. We're a month in. So shortening the schedule isn't going to impact what's going on.
Still eventually going to get to this amount of games anyways.
It's not even impacting what's going on now.
I just find it fascinating.
Yeah, it's a lot of data out there, a lot of analytics. I'm sure we'll start getting some comprehensive answers soon enough in the future. But again, injuries are part of the game.
And on the flip side, I guarantee you there's someone that could go through training camp and get hurt, or not go through training camp and do every other day and have load management and minute restrictions and still get hurt.
I know.
So,
I always want to listen to what the older guys say because they had a completely different way of handling this career of basketball. And so
injuries cost Magic Johnson a championship. So, you know.
I know. I get it. There is no right answer.
These things happen in every era.
It's overwhelming right now just because we are not that far into the season, and I feel like these are some really big names that are out. Okay, so let's do the fun game everybody loves. Let's look at that schedule one more time. By the way, playing the Pistons 3 times is wild.
Especially when they're 13-2.
Yeah, this is a lot. But okay. Realistically, and I don't think you should just throw the Blazers out there. Like, they try hard.
Okay, we talked about this yesterday with the Spurs schedule and the Memphis Grizzlies upcoming schedule. It is what it is, right? And none of these teams are just going to lay down. Obviously, you look at the names and you look at where they're at right now in the season, and this is a little bit favorable with the Nets, the Wizards, the Blazers, not necessarily elite teams. Outside the Pistons, who are really good right now, they're 13-2. These are all winnable games, and even the Pistons are winnable games. Again,
I mean, Bucks, 3 times they got to win one of them.
The Bucks have enough to compete and to win, half of these games. So I think if they can somehow manage to go 500 in this kind of 8-10 game stretch without Giannis, I think they're fine being around that 500 mark.
Yeah, I think that'll be a great position for them to be in. But any team with that much talent, if you go from first to worst with one player out in offensive rating. It doesn't really matter what the schedule
and
is.
Defensively, too. Like, think about how much better they are defensively.
It doesn't matter who's on the schedule. If you guys can't find a way to score the basketball when Giannis being out, it's going to be a struggle. So, that's going to be something they got to figure out.
Bobby Portis is going to have a lot of questions to answer when he comes on here in a few minutes. We did have a big game last night in the sense that LeBron is back, baby.
Look at that smile right there.
Year
That's
23.
Pure joy right there.
Looks very happy, actually. A 140-126 final. Dang, that's a lot of points. LeBron had 11, 12 assists. He played 30. Luka, 37, 10, 5, and 4. But the big return was the story of the night. He broke a record, by the way, just by stepping on the floor, becoming the first player to officially now play 23 years in the NBA. And they got the win. Fourth quarter was where it was at. There were moments for everybody, which I think is interesting for a team that were like, okay, they're kind of on a roll here.
Yeah, the question of how is LeBron James going to fit, I think, was silly, right? This is a guy who's kind of, he's done it all, he's seen it all. He is going to fit on any team, especially this one. And I think just kind of the rise of Austin Reeves kind of makes that easier to not just want to fit in, but kind of have the nights like last night where he takes 7 shots, has 12 assists, 1 turnover, kind of manages the game. He reminds me of that Olympic team LeBron where he kind of didn't take a back seat. He's still going to pick and choose when he wants to go be aggressive, when he wants to go take these early threes, when he wants to get out.
3 was his first one back.
Yeah,
funny.
And I don't think he's even shot or scored in the first quarter. I like that he let the game come to him, and you know what? It looked like he had a blast. This was a fun game. The crowd was into it. He's diving all over the place, and that's what really the takeaway I had from LeBron. He hasn't lost a step at all defensively. Like, he is diving in the crowd. He is trying, he's altering shots. He's getting in passing lanes. The fact that he is in his 23rd season and he's still competing his ass off on the defensive end is crazy. And then when you see Luka and him dancing and the crowd into it, it looked like Showtime Lakers. This was fun. This they were having a ball out there.
I thought it was a fair question to see how he would fit back in once he got back into a groove with this team, based on the fact of how Austin Reeves have been playing, how Luka has been playing, and it was answered. Like, he's a Swiss Army knife now, and he fit in perfectly. And I think one of the guys that's going to be able to benefit from that is going to be Aiden. Having LeBron playing in that mid post right there, being able to make plays, one dribble, pass it off to Aiden, be a lob threat right there at the rim. Like, he's going to be able to make this team a lot better by being able to get other guys involved. So I like what I saw. Like, 11 and 12 for a guy at this stage in his career, and to have the other guys around him, I thought it was great to see him back out on the floor, and that makes the Lakers a lot more dangerous than we thought they were.
And it felt like Austin Reeves. I mean, they get to the free throw line, a crazy clip, 16 for Luka, 12 for Austin, but they didn't do anything different than they were doing without him, right? They didn't. You didn't see them timid. You didn't see them kind of.
Why would we think they would be?
And I'm just glad they didn't, because naturally, I think when LeBron James type player comes on the court, it's like, okay,
still Luka.
Let's get him going. And it was the opposite. LeBron made sure everybody else got going. LeBron made sure everyone else felt involved. Like Lou just said, DeAndre 8 and 20 and 14. LaRavia 16 coming off the bench. So I think when you have a balanced attack like this, and you still have that option for LeBron to go crazy and be more aggressive and have those 25 field goal attempted games, I think they're going to be just fine. But this was a great start, and I think it was a great team for him to come back against. And I think it was a perfect first game.
And this is somewhat who he naturally is, right? He's always been a playmaker. He's always been a team guy to get other guys involved. Now that you have 2 or 3 guys in LaRavia, Austin Reeves, and Luka that can do so much of the scoring and hold that load for them, LeBron James can just make plays in the mid post. Like I said, he can post up, pass out of the post. If you're not gonna double him, he's still LeBron James. I still can put pressure on you to finish at the rim. If you're gonna help over, I can dish it off to the bigs and let them eat. And like we said, he's gonna pick his spots on the offensive end. We're in transition. If I get the rebound and I bring it up, I'm still a threat at the 3-point line, and I'm still a threat going downhill. So I like what I saw last night from the Lakers. And like I said, this makes them so much dangerous because this gives them another weapon. Like, we know what Luka and Austin Reeves bring on the perimeter, but if you got a LeBron James that's posting up, that's playing 15 feet from the basket, that makes you dangerous.
And think of, he played damn near 30 minutes. This is a guy, first night out at this age, his 23rd season, he's playing 23 minutes.
He wakes up this morning, is he sore?
Absolutely.
Honestly, probably not. The guy's, he's a freak.
No, I think
he's just
normal
fine.
aches and pains.
Sore regardless.
Yeah.
Well, you look like Paul George. Look at Joel Embiid. Like, these guys aren't playing this right away.
Well, they're
like,
just not the same.
It's so impressive.
Yeah.
It just shows you that, yes, he was off. Yes, he was away from the team, but he clearly was doing all the right things. He clearly was staying in shape. He clearly was, and that's never going to be a question about LeBron James.
No, LeBron, he's one of one in that regard. Like, he's always sort of just above and beyond taking care of things. He was asked about his role in the Lakers. That was on Monday this season, because, we're all wondering. His response was, yeah, it doesn't matter. I've never had a position, not a team or a club in the world that I can't fit in and play for. I feel like I might as well have just been like, I'm LeBron James. Like, yeah, I'm good.
1,000% true.
Yes, he can fit in, but he's never had to fit in. He's LeBron. Everybody has to fit in around him. Now at this stage of his career, it is refreshing to see the fact that he can be, it's crazy to say a role player. I don't want to call LeBron James a role player, but it's great to see him in this Olympic role where he can be a facilitator, where he can be that person that's off the ball that can still make things happen for them. So it was good to see him play positionless and have more assists than he had points last night.
See, and remember the talks we were having, like, what option is he going to be?
Yeah.
I don't think that's an insult to say he's the third
option.
Let's say he's the third option, or I don't think it's an insult.
What does it even mean?
But it's not an insult at this stage of his career. If he can have games like this where he's got 17, 11, 7, he's facilitating, everyone else is getting their game off, like, I think that it doesn't matter what option, because on any given night he could be 1. On any given night I can see him not scoring and having 20 assists. Like, that's just whatever that night calls for is what LeBron James is going to do, which I think is what he means by he's positionless. It doesn't care what his role is. It doesn't care what team he's on. Whatever that team needs that night, that dude's going to do.
Well, that's what I was just going to say, Chandler. Like, this whole first and second, third option thing is make-believe, because on any given night, your third option can be the best player on the floor. Your second option can be the fact that people are making this, what option is he going to be? It's not like, okay, Luka, you shoot. And if you're not going to shoot, okay, now your turn. No, they're going to play natural basketball. They're going to make the best opportunities that they can when they come down the floor, no matter who has the ball in their hands. And that's what makes them dangerous.
And especially like Austin Reeves, you got to figure LeBron's going to miss some time, right? Luka's going to miss some games. So even him, his option, his role is going to shift. It's going to change depending on who's in the lineup that night, what team they're playing, how they're getting guarded. They could just blitz. Like the next game, they could just blitz and pick and double team Luka every single play. That means LeBron is going to have to be more aggressive and score more. And I think he's smart enough and savvy enough to know which is which and what night he calls for what.
It's almost as if it's a team sport.
But man, they got options.
They have a lot of they have a lot of options. Let's talk Luka for a second. He's obviously on quite the roll right now. 37 last night, leads the league in scoring. Also #1 in free throws, by the way, at about 12.5 a game. I think we're all very familiar with his deal with the officials. There's a lot of complaining going on there on every single call. Basically, he almost got a tech last night. Is he a little too reliant? Are we worried about the free throw sitch?
Listen, I don't want to use the word reliant. But you're averaging 12.5 free throw attempts.
He's getting double figures on the free throw line.
What is the problem? You're shooting 12
You're
and a half
leading
free throws.
the NBA.
You're leading the league in free throw attempts. What is the problem? But I think this is just part of his makeup. I think that's just one of the ways that he goes out and plays the game. Some of it is theater, you know, somewhat for the crowd and to be boisterous towards the referees. But other than that, he's going to score the basketball. And listen, you got to respect everything. All of those swing throughs and him using his body.
Oh my!
Him coming down doing these things. You got to respect it all. And he's going to be respected in that manner where he's going to get a lot of free throw attempts. But I think him just staying on the referees, I think a lot of that is just theater.
Yeah, I think he's tinkering the line.
It's a lot.
He's tinkering.
It's a lot.
I'm never gonna forget a few weeks, like last week, complaining the call was in his favor, and he's still like, what even?
Like when you look at the numbers of it, and you look that he's getting double figure scoring just alone on the free throw line, and by the way, his teammate I think is 3rd in free throws, Austin Reeves.
That's crazy.
They're getting a lot of calls, and they're dependent on this on their offense. So if I'm a team scouting against them, I am saying, guys, let's try. I know obviously it's hard because they have mastered doing this, just like Jalen Brunson's had, just like a lot of other guys have. Defend them without fouling, and they are going to struggle, especially in the half court, because this is their game. They create contact, they flail into you, they throw their head back every time there's hands. So teams going forward have to realize, okay, they're getting a lot of free throws, especially these two ball-dominant guys. You have to defend them without fouling, and I think their offense will obviously take a huge hit.
Everybody knows that, and yet it still works.
It's like the James Harden. Remember,
yes,
James Harden was so obvious about it back in the day because it was this. Now theirs is just total body.
It's completely.
But didn't they change the rule where if I get you in the air, right, and you jump, if I jump towards you, it should be an offensive foul.
Wait, you changed?
I feel like they're now back to that. They like on one of those clips. Luka jumped into a guy that's not his natural shooting motion, and they still called the foul. I thought they changed that to offensive.
They changed that, yeah.
Like watch this one clip if we could play that. Like look. Well, not that one. It's coming up here.
No, that one was
like
nice and cool.
This right here. So look.
Yeah, there you go.
That's not his natural shooting motion. That should be offensive or nothing.
The rule has changed if you're going left or right. If you're going out of your way left or right. But if I'm going forward, that's illegal. That's illegal. That's a legal play.
It's not enjoyable to watch that, by the way. Yeah. Just as a fan.
Well, free throws just in general.
I want to make sure we give flowers to DeAndre Ayton because I think a lot of folks have been sort of waiting for him to find his spot, and perhaps now he has. 20 and 14, 6th 2010 game of this season so far. He had 6 total last season. So I love when somebody seems to have found their spot. Is that what we're looking at?
And 70% from the field. Like that, he is picking his spots. He's catching and finishing quick. He's making those little mid-range jumpers that he does, and he's playing hard. And I think it's never been about talent with DeAndre Ayton. Obviously, he's extremely highly touted, #1 pick, but he needs to continue to do stuff like this where he gets on the offensive glass, he takes what the defense gives him. He could benefit a lot from these guards that create so much attention, that get in the paint, and that could make double teams where they're getting found easy on easy pocket pass and dunk. So I think he's obviously a product of benefiting from really good guards, but you can't knock what he's doing. He's rebounding, he's playing hard, he's trying to block shots. This is the version of that #1 pick that everyone thought we were going to see in Phoenix consistently that we didn't. Now he's starting to show it.
And that's what you always tell a big guy. Like, listen, just be in the right spots and finish, you know, and he's been able to do that. He's offensive rebounding. He's been able to finish on the offensive rebounds. He's become a lob threat. He's able to get behind the defense and finish a lot of those things. And when you're with dynamic ball handlers like a Luka and like LeBron, all you have to do is just be in the right spots, and he's been able to do that. So, you know, last year we wasn't sure about this fit, but this particular season, he looks really, really good in that Lakers uniform.
Guys, he's back. Get to talk to Bobby Portis here in a couple of minutes, who's standing by.
Tell us what's happening, Bobby.
So many questions for Bobby when we come back.
Yes, sir.
We'll be right back.
Run it back, run it up, run it back.
How could you doubt me?
Your champions, the Milwaukee Bucks.
I don't need the fame, feel it comes with the extras.
Nothing but net for Bobby.
I don't get tired, go hard, no question.
Bobby Portis, he is a competitor.
From your Milwaukee Bucks, Bobby Portis is back. What's up, Bobby? Good morning. How you doing?
What's up, guys? What's the word? What's the word?
How we doing, Bobby?
Chilling.
You know what? Unfortunately, obviously, we got to start off with bad news here. Giannis leaves the game Monday with a groin injury. News broke yesterday that he will be out for at least 1 to 2 weeks. I'm curious, as a team leader, how do you attack these next couple weeks? Do you already go to Doc and say, put me back in the starting lineup? Do you have a team meeting, say collectively, this is how we're going to handle business with him off the floor? Kind of explain the next 2 weeks for the Milwaukee Bucks without Giannis.
I think first and foremost, you know, just how we've been playing, man, we got to play better, obviously. We win one, lose one. Obviously, we're on a 2-game skid now, so got to get right, got to get better, keep trending in the right direction. But, you know, don't want to get fined or anything, though. But the refs are kind of hard on Giannis out there on the court, man. You know, going back, watching some Shaq tape, man, they kind of treat him like Shaq on the court for real, man. It's like for real, though, like teams can just beat him up, throw him on the ground, things like that. And the one play he did get hurt, he actually got fouled, and then the next possession on their end, Jared Allen got a ticky-tack call. So definitely we get refed a little bit different. But I think the next couple of weeks, man, we just lock in, and our chemistry and our camaraderie has to be next level, man. Got to just lock in as much as we can and pull together, man, pull for each other. Especially when guys are down, you know, you got to come together as much as you can.
Yeah, and Bobby, last year in the playoffs, we saw Holly go down with an Achilles injury, but, you know, that stemmed from him dealing with a calf injury, and now you're starting to see all of these calf injuries come up in this season. What do you make of that with the calf injury becoming such a prominent thing in the league right now?
Yeah, like if you ask like some of the OGs or ask whatever it is, they'll say that it comes from not playing enough, not practicing enough, whatever it is. Just guys, you know, obviously now with the NBA schedule, now it's like every other day. Obviously, it's always been like that, but now with the speed of the game, how guys are getting up and down the court, you know, the tempo of the game, games are more high scoring, guys getting up and down the court, flying up and down the court. So the attention to detail has to be higher, especially with the strength and conditioning. Having that staff, very important to keep the guys intact and things like that. But it's been tough, man, especially like we've been having a lot of our star players be hurt.
Right.
And those are the box office guys that the fans really come to watch, you know. So it's been tough, especially over the last year, especially with all these random injuries, the calf injuries, like you said, and things like that. But I just think it comes from, you know, less practicing and things like that. But also guys have to, you know, take care of their bodies. You know, your body's your temple. Your body is how you make your money. So got to take care of it as much as you can. But it is unfortunate.
Bobby, it's interesting you talked about kind of the pace of play and the training camp and the schedule like that. Explain to everyone, like, the difference in the training camp now as opposed to when you first came in. Is it because we were talking about, we used to have 7 preseason games. We used to have 2-a-days where you get taped for one of them and they were contact. Like, that doesn't exist anymore, huh?
Nah, so I remember my first year in the league, you know, playing with the Bulls, getting drafted in 2015. My vest was Joakim Noah, Taj Gibson, Derrick Rose, Jimmy Butler, Mike Dunleavy, Kurt Heinrich, Aaron Brooks, like Pau Gasol, like them all my OGs on the team. I'm the youngest guy on the team, so I got a great glimpse of what it was to be a pro, how to prepare, how to stay ready, and all these things. So training camp was different, man. We had tour-a-days the first 3-4 days. It wasn't like now where you can only practice one time, and then the second practice is like non-contact. So it was a lot more different then. And then we also had like 8 preseason games. I remember like my first year, I'm like, dang, you play 8 games in preseason, like you know what I'm saying? 8 games.
And we hated it. We absolutely hated it. But if we knew it was going to lead to this, if that's actually a part of why these injuries, we'd take the 8 games for sure in the preseason.
For sure. And then guys was actually out there too. Guys was actually like out there like playing and hooping. It wasn't like guys would sit out 6 games in preseason and then play the last 2 games just to get a feel for a regular season. Like
real rep.
Guys was actually out there bumping, actually out there hooping, and training camp was different. You know, it was a war. Everybody felt like they was fighting for their spot. Everybody felt like the next guy came in that was a draft pick, whatever it was. They were trying to show him that they still here. But now it's like some guys sit out and some guys may not practice, or some guys might load management, whatever it is, and it kind of leads to all these extra things that kind of stops the stars from playing or stops guys that fans want to see in the game not be available.
I remember even before the preseason games, we would have like referees come in and scrimmage like a real game against each other like 2 or 3 times before the 7 preseason
So they
games.
could practice?
Yeah, I think it was for the refs. I think it was for us, for everybody, for the coaches to have in-game like timeout, at a timeout play calls for everybody. I feel like that just doesn't exist anymore.
Yeah, it doesn't sound like it. And you guys are saying that, and the guys before you are saying it was.
We now sound like the old heads.
No,
like
you're
back
like
in our day.
You're like
I know he's saying old heads right now.
It does so. I like this though. Can we talk Cavs for a second? There's always like a one team that's sort of like a stickler for you guys. It seems like they might be yours. 7 in a row they've beaten you. What is it about Cleveland that seems to have your number?
What's so crazy, I feel like if you look up the total points they beat us by, it's not that a lot. Like, you look up like how many points they beat us by in those 7 games, not that much. But I just think that, you know, they're a team that kind of took our kind of bill, right? With the 2 bigs, we was doing the 2 bigs for the longest with Giannis and Brook in the starting lineup. They kind of took that and kind of ran with it a little bit. But at the same time, man, they're a good team, dynamic team, moves the basketball. You know, great chemistry. There's something to say with teams that's played together for a while, right? You have 3 or 4 or 5 or 6 guys that's been on the team with each other 4 or 5 years, and now their chemistry is starting to come together. So there's a thing to say about chemistry in team sports. We're a team that hasn't been together, still trying to figure it out, still trying to figure out what this guy does, what he does every day, and things like that. So definitely don't like that we've lost to them 7 times, but at the same time, it's so much season left that we have a chance to play those guys 2 more times to try to get it right.
You know, I saw something funny in that game, though. Evan Mobley launched a full-court shot with 10 seconds left on the clock.
I got a free rebound off that.
Yeah, you got a free rebound, and you ended up getting the attempt after that. Were you confused? What happened?
Hey, what's crazy is when he shot it, I looked at the shot clock and was like, yo, what? Like,
he blacked out.
When I called it, I'm like, oh, free board. And I threw it to Giannis. I thought Giannis was going to charge the rim, and he threw it to me. I just shot it, but, yeah, man, I didn't.
Free
he
board
definitely probably
funny.
thought that when we shot it and he got it there, it was probably like 1 second on the clock or something.
Yeah,
like
maybe
that.
the 10 looked like a 1.
Yeah.
Like, is that a thing?
Oh, yeah.
Could be a
He
thing.
was definitely confused.
You're supposed to know time and score at all times, though.
Yeah.
But, you know,
10, 1, whatever.
shout out to Mo.
By the way, the courts, like if you didn't see the whole game or you just saw that court for the first time and then combine it with their uniforms on that night, is that bothersome, that bright yellow-ass court? Like
have you gotten used to these courts?
When we pulled up the shoot around, I was like, dang, they rocking this today. Like, they gotta be feeling good against us. You know what I'm saying? Like, for real. Somebody just rock those type of jerseys. I was like, dang, that's how they feel today. For real.
Sunshine. It's too much. It's
I think I'm kind of used to them now.
No, I don't. You
Yeah,
can't
I've
have one or
gotten
the
over
other.
it. I've gotten over
I
it.
used to think I was hallucinating. Now I just...
It's not flattering color either. It's just right in your face. Okay, let's do the Lakers' weird thing that happened with the ball. I love that it's always sort of Giannis is around.
it's always a ball with us, too.
Okay, I know, right? Why? First of all, it's funny that it's Giannis again, but the Lakers want to give the ball to a rookie. Then the people step in, the refs step in. Then Giannis basically takes over and hands it over. What's the deal? Take us through it.
Man, to be honest, shout out Adu, too, man. He's from Arkansas. We got a lot of Arkansas guys in the league, too, man. We bumping right now. So shout out to my college, University of Arkansas. The rookie that got the dunk, that was his first NBA basket. And, you know, as a NBA vet and things like that, you know, shout out to the Lakers vets, too, for trying to get him the game ball. Just to, you know, that's a great keepsake, you know what I'm saying? You work your whole life to make it to this point and get your first basket, and then you got great teammates that kind of strung you along the way to help get you the ball. That was a great act from them, but I really didn't understand why the ref wasn't giving the ball, especially when
I think it
these
has
are the
something to do
balls
with
that we have at our arena.
Ball.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
yeah. I think technically they're your basketballs. That's the home team ball. So somebody has to clear it from the home side, like Giannis did.
You don't want to be short one ball. That would be weird.
I don't know that to be fact. That's my educated guess, though. I don't know.
I just learned something right there because I don't know.
Yeah, somebody from the home side got to clear that.
The last situation got, you know, we ain't gonna speak on it. The last situation got real.
Got really
with
awkward.
that game ball. But yeah, man. So what happened was, you know, Giannis just got in the mix and actually, I guess he just cleared the ball, but when it was happening in the mix, I'm actually hitting Luke on the back trying to tell him, hey, good game, what up, such and such, boom, boom, boom. I didn't really know that they had an altercation or was getting kind of, you know, situation with the ref with the ball, you know. So definitely didn't want it to be something bigger than what it was.
Yeah. Give the kid the ball.
Bobby, I want to ask you about the Dallas situation because last Monday you guys beat the Mavs. Next morning, Nico gets fired. Obviously, we hear the news, you see the stories. Yeah. That game in particular, there was a bunch of fire Nico chants. Like, what's that like going into a away game, but they're just blasting the home team's GM?
Like, how loud was it?
Like, have you ever gone through something like that?
Yeah, it was crazy too, cause like throughout that game, the Mavs was winning the whole game too, and we was just like just steady playing our brand of basketball, driving and kicking, shooting our shots with confidence. Obviously, in the first half, shots wasn't falling for us like we wanted it to. And then in the second half, you know, got down about 17 points in the fourth quarter with like 8 minutes left, and we just told each other, let's go. And we locked in, and we got the lead down to like 9 with like 5 minutes left, and then we knew we had a chance, and we could just see that, you know, the pressure was on them. And the chants got louder, and the crowd kept getting more enthusiastic about like what's going on. And then we took the lead, and then it got louder. And then when the game was over, it got louder, and it didn't stop. And it didn't stop. I'm like, yo, this is crazy. But definitely, I see being the GM is tough, man. You got to make all these moves, and it's kind of hard, like just making the perfect team. But definitely, you know, he might go in the Hall of Fame for that, man. That's different. That's different.
He might go in the Laker Hall of Fame for that.
Wow.
Yeah, he might go in the Hall of Fame for that one. That's different, especially like trading a talent like Luka. You know, like Luka like that for real. So, and he was 26, 27 years old. So, like he ain't even touched his prime yet, which is kind of crazy to say. So. Definitely, he gonna be thinking about that all the time. Man.
Yeah, and at this point, Cooper Flagg was in that game, and you've played against all of the top rookies from Cooper, to VJ out in Philly, and my man Knipple. Which one of these rookies have impressed you the most out of all of them?
It's kind of easy to always say Cooper Flagg, right? But in my opinion, man, just Knipple, bro. Knipple, man.
That's right. Free the nipple.
Like, he wows you, man. He wows you on the court. You just look at him sometimes, like you look at him just like as a, you know what I'm saying? You probably wouldn't even think he hooped if you didn't know that he played for the Hornets. You know what I'm saying? And then when he get on the court, he just wows you with his touching the paint, getting to the paint, making extra passes, sprinting back out to the three-point line. You know, sometimes when guys drive the ball, they just drive it and kick it, and then they just stand. He gets back out to the three-point line, makes himself back available for open shot. He gave us like 32 points, you know what I'm saying? So he was hooping, bro. And it was a cup game, too. It was a much needed win for us try to get back to Vegas. So it was a great night, and he's from Milwaukee too. So gotta give him some love. Gotta give him some love for sure.
Oh yeah, I remember you talking about KG in your rookie year. You're a certified OG now. So what's your style with the rooks? Are you talking trash to them? You giving them game? Have you given any of them they welcome to the league moments? What's your style when it comes to the young fellas?
I ain't really. So like it's funny, man. Sometimes on the court, if a guy like hesitate on the shot, or I knew he should have shot that shot and he didn't shoot it, I'd be like, come on, bro, stop passing those shots, man. You know, so you gotta shoot that one. Like I might say a little stuff like that or something, but for the most part, man, I've been trying to win these games this year, man. We in a rough patch in our season right now. Win one, lose one. So my biggest thing is just trying to keep my teammates locked in. Trying to be a leader to my team. Got a lot of new guys on our team, so we're just trying to build our chemistry and camaraderie as much as we can. I've been kind of leaving these rookies alone this year, for real, if I'm being honest. I've been leaving these guys alone. I've been trying to focus on
locked in on your business.
Man, on our business, man. We trying to get to it, man. We trying to trend in our right direction. Y'all know how long the NBA season is, so it's a long season to April, so we just trying to fight as much as we can to be the best team we can. So I've been leaving these rookies alone, man. I ain't been saying nothing to them or giving them no hell or nothing. I've been trying to worry about the Bucks.
Getting it easy. They're going to have like an easy memory when they look back on that.
Yeah, but like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I can turn that switch fast.
Okay, good. Okay, good.
Yeah, there's still time left.
Yeah, there's a lot of time left.
Yeah.
Save it.
I can turn that switch fast, man. You know
They're going to get
saying?
nice and relaxed, and then all of a sudden, it's going to be, bam, Bobby's back. All right. The Giannis tweet a few weeks ago talking about eligibility in college, and if you could go back, suit up and play a game for Marquette. If that were to happen in a hypothetical world, how many points would Giannis have at Marquette?
I don't even know. That'll be college game too. College game, they got 3 seconds though, huh? Yeah, they got 3 seconds in college. So, nah, they don't got 3 seconds in college, bro. They don't got
no
3
defensive
seconds.
3 seconds.
No defense.
No D3.
I don't know, bro. That's a great question. That's a great question. You know, like Syracuse play 2-3 zone, things like that. You know what I'm saying? So these teams will probably get kind of clever, but I don't know. Hit 50 at minimum though.
50
sure,
minimum.
though.
Okay.
Well, listen,
okay, fair enough.
Eligibility
Yeah,
aside, he ain't gonna get 50 million to play.
Yeah.
So stay where you at.
How much could he make though in NIL? Like if Giannis went back to
He'd break records.
He'll make a lot.
Okay, so
That's a great question. That's a great question.
Yeah, now I got
NIL will probably
questions.
be crazy.
Because there's no cap on NIL yet. So for now.
Hey Lou, let me ask you a question, Lou. What college you would have went to, man? You ain't go straight out of high school, man. What's your college?
I was a Georgia
man?
Bulldog, country boy. Georgia Bulldog.
Okay. You go to Georgia?
Keep it in the SEC,
30
baby.
minutes from my front door. 30 minutes from the front door. It's right in my backyard. So I was going to UGA. I signed my letter of intent and everything, but I ain't make it to campus.
Bobby, I want to
Broken
switch this question up a little bit. If you played on the Arkansas team this year, would you guys go undefeated and win the national championship?
Yeah, for sure. My Arkansas team, nice, bro. Shout out to Calipari, too, man. Shout out to all my guys. We probably going to have about 4 guys get drafted in the first round this year, man. We got a nice team. Man. I got to give them guys some love, man. I went down there in September, right before the season started. We was playing Notre Dame. I don't want to say what the score was in football. They smacked us. But we playing Notre Dame. Went to go check in at the hometown, man. And we got a nice team. But definitely, if I was the big man in Arkansas, man, we'll be going all the way, man.
I love that.
I like our makeup of our team. We nice, man. We at least going to the Elite 8. I'm gonna just say shit. Elite 8 or bust. Elite 8 or bust.
Hey, y'all got a good Walmart budget. Y'all better be Elite 8 with that Walmart budget.
By the way,
Elite 8 or bust, man. Elite
Bobby,
8 or bust.
side note, the kid Anthony Black from the Magic 2 from Arkansas is an absolute stud. Like he is nice. I watched him play last night. Just want to tell you guys, Arkansas.
And what I like about him is that he keeps getting better. You know,
defends,
in
athletic.
college. Yeah, in college, he didn't really want to shoot the 3 ball, was kind of hesitant. But now he's getting more comfortable. He gets downhill at will, and he makes the right play. And he's a 6'6", 6'7" point guard, bro.
Yeah,
like,
he's going to be a stud.
Yeah, that's a big guard right there.
Okay, so we got Thanksgiving next week, which is weird. You actually, you know what? I did that NBA schedule for a while, and I got stuck in Thanksgiving Sacramento for like 3 years in a row. You guys are in between Miami and New York.
Oh, what a
for
bummer.
Thanksgiving.
What a bummer.
I know, talk about that. Are you sad?
Bobby.
Like, how you feeling?
Man, what makes it better is that it's actually 2 cup games, so we actually get a chance to play for some money. You know what I'm saying, though? So that makes it better. But I definitely, when the schedule came out, I'm like, dang, why did they do us like this? So you're telling me we have to play Miami in the Cup game on Wednesday, get on a plane, fly, and then the next day chill for Thanksgiving in a hotel, and then play the Knicks on Friday, Black Friday at that. So it's gonna be fun though. But
who's catering?
I mean,
how's it work?
Who's doing the catering?
Sounds like 11. Sounds like 11 in Miami.
Yeah, I was about to say who's Prime 112 or is New York?
No, because they're New York for Thanksgiving. They fly.
Oh, that's
we're in New York for
say, that's
Thanksgiving.
say less.
Beautiful.
I like it. I think it works actually.
The staple.
Yes, sir.
Nobody's
Brooklyn Chop House. What we got?
You got options.
I need some. Nah, I ain't gonna lie, man. I need some mac and cheese. I need some yams. I need some dressing.
And home cook. Yeah.
I don't know if Say Less gonna be able to give me no dressing and mac and cheese.
You might have to just wait till you get to the crib and get your fix. Yeah.
Yeah. I might have to get it right, man. I might have to tell moms or something, get a little Airbnb or something, man. We got to get right, man. We got to get right.
That's a great idea.
That's not a bad idea.
That's
okay.
a great
get a
idea.
little Airbnb, chill out, and then just enjoy football for the day,
watch football
man,
and chill.
Great idea.
There we go.
Watch
Good
football
day.
and chill.
It's not the worst holiday.
Put the legs up. Got a big game Friday, so just chill.
Everyone put your legs up.
Straight up.
We're gonna take a quick break, Bobby.
Good luck, Bobby.
Awesome.
Yes, sir.
Good luck. We'll talk soon.
Yes, sir.
Appreciate y'all. Let's get it, man. I talk to y'all next week. Let's get it.
By the way, isn't
Run it back, run it up, run it back.
Man, this is the best story in the league. Detroit Pistons, 11th straight win last night, 120-112 over Atlanta. Cade with the 25, 10, and 6. Jalen Duren, 24 and 8. Look, they haven't lost a game this month yet. Guys have been in and out of the lineup every single night. It's been a little bit crazy, and they still have managed to win 11 straight. And what makes all of that beautiful is that it was only 2 years ago which they broke that 28 straight losses. Makes the mind kind of hurt thinking about it. This Pistons turnaround, Lou, let's start there with how impressed you've been by it.
Really impressed, and it starts with Cade Cunningham. I watched this game last night, and the Hawks were doing everything they could, from going on 12-0 runs to an 8-0 run, constantly getting themselves back into this game, and every time they got close, Cade Cunningham closed the door, making big shots, attacking the rim in the mid-range, using his body like this one right here. This is 108, 106. This is a Hawks on an 8-0 run right there on that shot, and he quiets the crowd. He's been tremendous. And as a team, they had 5 guys in double figures last night, and that's what they're gonna need. They're gonna win by a collective, and when you obviously have a star at the helm of that, and to have other guys step in and have big nights as well, that was great for the Detroit Pistons, especially on the back-to-back. You know, and when you have a guy like Cade Cunningham that can score, that can get to his spots, that can use his body to get there, and to have a team have 28 assists, it's going to be hard to beat that type of team. So it's no surprise to me that they haven't lost a game in the past month or so. But a very impressive basketball team so far in this season.
Yeah, this has got to be the story of the year, right? 13-2, the top of the Eastern Conference, and it starts with Cade Cunningham and J.B. Bickerstaff. And you know how I feel about J.B. Bickerstaff. He got a raw end of the deal in Cleveland. Obviously, last year they had a spectacular year. Atkinson wins Coach of the Year. That team, though, had a lot more talent. That team had a lot more pieces. You look at this Pistons team. It's Cade Cunningham, and it's a bunch of dogs that just play hard, that defend, at the second defensive rating in the NBA. They play extremely hard. They're still missing Jaden Ivey, who ideally is their second option, their second best player, but Jalen Duren is an absolute man-child. I think he just turned 22 years old.
Crazy.
And then they have a bunch of guys like Jenkins, Duncan Robinson, Thompson, Isaiah Stewart. They just have a bunch of hard-nosed dudes. I know J.B. Bickerstaff just enjoys coaching. They listen. They're unselfish. And when you have a closer like Cade Cunningham, you play that hard for 46, 47 minutes, you're going to be in every game. Put the ball in Cade Cunningham's in at the end of the game and let him finish the game just like he did last night. So this team is super impressive. They do it all. They're not going to blow you away with talent, which is even more impressive to me, because you look at the Eastern Conference, look at the Knicks roster, look at Philly's roster, look at Milwaukee's. On paper, this team's nowhere near that, and that means nothing, because they just go out there and they play hard, and they have Cade Cunningham. Yeah,
the only thing that worries me about Detroit is their bench and their bench scoring. They have guys that can defend coming off the bench, but they don't have a lot of guys that can score that basketball. And if you're a dynamic team like a OKC or one of these other teams that are deep, that can go into your bench and get a lot of production deep in that season, that's going to be something that can hamper you. So far, they're top heavy, but it works for them. But I would like to see them get more out of their bench. If they can shore that up, if they can clean that up some, I think this is one of the teams that can possibly finish 1 or 2 in the East if they do that.
And what I like, it's guys like Javonte Green, it's guys like Ron Holland, it's guys like this Dennis Jenkins who out of St. John. Like,
Dennis Sanity.
It's ridiculous the development and just how hard these guys play and how well they defend and they switch everything. They get out, they get under, like they're so physical. So it's super impressive because again, a lot of times teams just stack their roster. Look at the Clippers right now, like on paper, like talent and names.
Oh my
this
goodness.
team is the opposite,
Ridiculous.
and they are running away with the Eastern Conference.
It's also 2 years ago. That was the worst run.
Coach of
ever.
the year, JB Bickerstaff.
It's a
Quick
pretty
turnaround.
cool turnaround, and to also not have been sort of contaminated by that season and just throw it away and
We should have
keep
a
it
most
moving.
improved for teams.
For a team, right?
Yeah,
Can we? It's
them.
easily this. By the way, do they remind you of anyone, like sort of in the embryonic stages of whatever it is this is going to be?
Honestly, I've never seen, and it's early, it's 15 games in, but I've never seen a team where with not that much talent be so successful. And again, I think when you have a coach that instills that in you and you just believe and you just play hard, I feel like it's half the battle in the NBA now. And these guys, no matter what, shots are falling, you're still going to get stops. Like I said, I think they're 2 in defensive rating, they're 2 in steals, they're active, they're athletic, they force you to speed up. So even when they're having a poor offensive night and it's a low 90s scoring type game, the Detroit Pistons are probably going to be favored in that game because they play harder and they defend better than you.
I can't compare them to anybody, but what I do like is that they fit the Detroit mold. Like, they play like the traditional Detroit Pistons team. They're tough, they're hard-nosed, they'll fight you, they can score. Whatever you want to do, we down for it. I like the fact that they have the right mix of guys, and it works for them. And that 2-year turnaround is probably one of the most impressive that I've seen from any organization in a very long time. I want to see them sustain this, and I want this to be something that they can look back on this season and say that we made some real headways and not just be one of those teams that have some early success in the season and then kind of level out. I see them as a team that can go deep in the playoffs, but I like the fact that they're just Detroit tough. I love that.
Yeah, it's a good point, too, because I feel like they are built for the playoffs, not the regular season. Right. And they're doing it in the regular season. So I don't want to play this team in the playoffs. I don't want to have to beat this team 4 times. So the fact that they're doing this in the regular season, they still...
I'll take that. I'll take $1 on that.
Pistons to the moon.
Pistons to the moon. Jalen Duren, first-time All-Star. Yay, nay?
Yes, their record, and he's averaging 21 and 12, All-Star.
And that's how you quickly make sure you touch on that.
He might be on 28 Olympic team the way he's playing.
Oh, here we go. It's the whole
USA.
meeting. Nope.
USA.
We're going to take a quick break. Wrap things up on the other side. $100.
By the way, he might be, actually. He's 22.
Run it back. Run it up. Run it back.
Talk a little Olympics, shall we? On his podcast, LeBron said he'll be watching the 2028 games from Cabo. Steph said he's also probably not going to do it. Trouble for the Olympic men on the American side?
No trouble. It's the USA for the gold, but I would like to see LeBron, Steph, or Kevin Durant. I need one of those 3 guys.
You'll get Durant, I bet.
It's in 2.5 years. They're going to be...
Yeah, you don't know
LeBron will be 44.
And we'll still be better than the...
Want to bet? Let's do another bet.
5th best player on France.
$100, I got the field. Boom.
I like Cade.
LeBron at 44 is still... would start on Serbia.
LeBron at 44, you want Cade Cunningham at 25.
Boom.
I'll take him, too. He's going to be on the team, too.
One or the other.
I just want one of those 3 vet presents.
You'll probably get Durant if you get anybody.
Coach the team. How about that?
There it is.
Coach
Fixed.
the team.
Who's winning gold, Beadle?
France.
Canada's the only team that scares me.
Maybe Canada. But
They
not
got
America.
no bigs.
That's going to do it for us.
USA.
I feel like we won some awards today, folks. We'll do it again tomorrow. See you then.
Can we get up for an award?
I don't know.
Can we win the